Okay, so I'm here on a call with Adam O'Flynn from Coventry University. Hi, Adam. How are you doing?
Yeah, good. Thank you, Nick. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you.
Good.
Thanks for taking the time. So, Adam, you're regional manager for Europe, Central Asia, Russia, in terms of supporting international students.
I am indeed. Yeah. So my remit covers, the majority of Europe, Russia, and Central Asia. And then I have a team of international officers as well that are there to support and help our students come and join us at Coventry.
So that's a big part of the world. This is probably the longest you've been at home in one time, is it?
I think so. It's strange, actually. Yeah, I think my other half is going to fall out with me soon. She's not used to me being here all the time. So it's good in one way. Obviously, it gives a bit more time to be settled and put together some strategy going forward. But obviously, with what's going on in the world, no one wants to be here, and the sooner we can, we'll get back out on the road and get back out to supporting our students and partners, the better, to be honest.
Okay. So remind me then. So obviously, Coventry University is a huge university, very, very popular internationally. Won loads of awards here in the UK. So how many international students do you have, or overseas students?
Yeah, so I think we're now. I think it was the fourth biggest university in the UK in terms of student numbers. So actually studying on campus, we have over 33,000 students studying with us, and just under 40% of those are non-British. So I think the last count was about 38% of those. So you're looking at about 14,000 non-British students. So we have students from all over the world who come and study with us, and again, I think there's over 135 different nationalities on campus. So we actively recruit from around the world, it's one of the best things that working at Coventry is the different nationalities on campus and the diversity that it brings. But it's amazing when you walk around and the different people and the vibrancy it brings is really good. So we are one of the most international universities, and it's a real pleasure to have so many different people on campus.
So, but so many international students calling Coventry home in this crisis. So, how has it been for you? What sorts of things have we had to put in place at this time?
Yeah, it's been testing times, obviously, as you can imagine. But we've actually been the response from the whole of my colleagues across the university has really been amazing. They've opened up student accommodation for even students who weren't staying in our accommodation. They've put implements in place to make sure social distancing is required. Key parts of the university are still open. Obviously, the biggest change, what we implemented quite quickly, was online learning. So all lectures and exams were moved online. Obviously, this was straight away, as the safety of both our students and our staff is of the highest importance. So we moved that straight away digitally online. Have to say, the feedback so far is all being well. It's all been good, and it's been obviously the odd hiccup here and there, as you'd imagine, but it's been pretty seamless otherwise. We've also moved back dissertation dates and exam dates. We've gave them a bit more leeway to take into account, obviously, what's going on and time here as well. But fortunately, we've been able to make the transition to online learning quite well. Also been supporting, our students in either if they're staying in Coventry to make sure they're safe and well and looked after, and we will continue to do so. And also supporting the ones that returned home to make sure it doesn't have an effect on their studies. So,
Yeah.
I would say a massive, a massive well done to students and to staff, the way that they've taken this unprecedented times and turned it around to make sure that everyone could carry on, and more importantly, certainly the final year students, to make sure they can finish their education and graduate with their degree.
Yeah. I mean, I've been really impressed with the operational response of universities, like you say, to manage teams and professionals like this online, but also to get that teaching going online. And we've had some really good feedback as well about different institutions and the quality of the teaching and the care and support they've had. Because there's lots of things in the press in other countries that's not been the case. So it's really pleasing to see British universities kind of really putting the student first in this
Oh,
situation.
definitely, and it's not just been certain universities. It's pretty much the education sector as a whole have been amazing at their response, and it's been quite good. And I suppose we live in a digital age nowadays, so actually, if a student's going online to learn, isn't maybe as much of a change than it maybe would have been back in our day. So I think it's been a really good showing from the HEIs in the UK of how they've done this and the way they've supported the students and staff in like I say these difficult times. So yeah, it's made us, I think, as an industry, it's shown how resourceful we are, and how obviously the student experience is paramount to all of us.
Brilliant. Okay, so I mean, we're all in lockdown, but there is a September start 6 months away, and then you have a big January start as well. So
Yep.
normally you'd be able to do kind of face-to-face meetings with students and guidance counselling. So how are you doing that now? How are you doing that with technology?
Again, yeah, digital like this has been very good. So we are doing a lot of Zooms, a lot of Microsoft Team meetings. A lot of our students we would speak to either through WhatsApp or email electronically anyway. So
Yeah.
the way you contact and reach out to students has changed over the years. And if my normal phone rings nowadays, I don't like answering it. Everything's moved to
Yeah. So you've
WhatsApp.
been available through different mediums for
Yeah,
a long
for a
time.
while. So again, the transition, whether it's working from the home or from the office, we're still, as a university, we're still completely open to be contacted. Our admissions team are also home working, but working through VPN. So for us, actually, it hasn't affected our business model too much, and we are still, available and working as we would be. Uh, and it's the same for our teams across the world. No matter where they are, we're still available, still working. We're still helping our students progress through because certainly at the moment, a lot of people, because they are on lockdown, are doing a lot more research, going online. So we've got our virtual tours up and running now, so our students can go through. Like most universities, we're looking at a series of webinars that we can get out, and different ways that we can interact. We're looking at the possibility of doing some free online learning, so through a system called Aula. So we're going to do some open it up to do some free to join classes. And different things available as well. So yeah, there's been a big shift across the board digitally, and we will continue to do that until it's safe to get out and see our partners. But yeah, you talk about September and January intakes. Actually, we have a May intake, and actually, it's still going to be going ahead, believe it or
Oh,
not.
wow.
So we are going to start up. Obviously, only a select few courses.
Mhm.
They are going to be run. First semester will be digitally taught online, and then obviously, hopefully, then the situation will change for students. Then can come in and to begin their second semester actually on. So yeah,
Yeah,
believe it or not, we're still going ahead with a May
yeah,
intake.
that's fantastic. I mean, that proves it, doesn't it? That you can start in these conditions with online teaching, and then you can go from there whether you join the campus.
And again, we are still all steam ahead with our September intake. For us, we're going ahead, and obviously we will review on a
Yeah, we're all monitoring the situation. Yeah.
but again, it's not a bad way of us starting up in May with online learning, because it will be a smaller intake, of course, but it will be we'll be able to go through and make sure that we're almost stress testing the facilities we have. So if unfortunately we do have to begin with online in September, we're all ready to go in, and we will be offering that. But it's in these times we don't want students to miss out on their education.
Yeah,
We
they
don't.
don't want to lose time. Yeah.
And people have got the appetite to come and study still, and people understand, and certainly our students, the feedback we're getting is that everyone knows the situation, everyone knows it's out of their hands, and we are just hoping everyone gets through safe and well, but they are still keen to begin their studies. So yeah, for us, our September intake is full steam ahead, and obviously our January intake as well.
Yeah. I mean, our message here at OK Student is about keeping calm, about making considered choices, looking at the opportunities here. All of the universities are trying to support applicants and make ways, to overcome some of the barriers they're having. Any additional advice for applicants for this year?
Use your time wisely. You know what? While you've got this time and while you're do some extra studies. Do your research. Spend a bit more time. Researching not just universities but cities. The courses, the different modules. This is the time actually when you have a bit more of an extra time to go in and do your research and look through. Or maybe if you haven't even made an application yet, it's still not too late. You can still look at what you need to do, what the timings are. So I would just try and use this time to be as productive as possible, and really go in and make sure that you've done your research, you've done it right, and you are comfortable and confident with your decisions, and just for your own mental well-being as well. It's make sure that you're keeping active, keeping engaged, and it's things like this that will help the time pass, and we can all use it productively. And we've
Yeah.
all we've all said to ourselves many times, "Oh, I wish I'd learned that language," or actually, "I wish I'd do a computer programming program." And there's actually lots of free courses available out there as well through a variety of number of universities. We offer a good few courses for you Future Learn, where you can log on and you can just trial 2-week courses in project management, or in we do free English courses, for instance, maybe some of our international students. So I'd also have a little look at courses like that, and that will be replicated when you start at universities. Ourselves, we offer over 35 different languages for our students to learn whilst they're studying with us. So it's not about getting a little taster of that, and maybe just preempting coming to university, trying a few things and seeing what you like and what you don't like. So when you are ready and you are at universities, you can go straight into these things as well. So it's really just about using it productively and trying to make the most out of this additional time that we all have.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome, Nick.
I'll let you get back to your language learning then. That's what I'm going to say. Yeah.
I will one day. I will speak Spanish. That's my promise to myself in this lockdown. So we will see.
Fantastic. All right. So stay safe. Thank you so much for your time, Adam. Great advice from Coventry University. Thank you so much. All the best. Bye.
Thanks now. Bye.